Welcome back to Senior Green Thumbs, where we believe a beautiful garden shouldn't be hard work, especially if you've earned your time to relax. Today, we're diving into every lazy gardener's dream: stunning perennial plants that thrive in containers with almost no fuss. These aren't your high maintenance divas. These are the tough, reliable beauties that bloom again and again with minimal effort. Whether you've got a sunny patio, a shady balcony, or just a few pots on the porch, I've got you covered. Stick around as we walk through the easiest perennials for pots. Plants so simple they practically grow themselves. Why choose perennials for pots? So, why perennials and why in pots? Simple. Perennials are the gift that keeps on giving. You plant them once and they come back year after year, saving you time, money, and energy. No replanting every season, no guesswork. Just reliable beauty. And in containers? Even better. You can move them around for the perfect light, change up your garden look, or bring tender varieties in when it gets too cold. Think of pots as portable gardens. With perennials, they're easier than ever to manage, especially if bending, digging, or heavy lifting isn't your thing anymore. 1. Dianthus. Sweetly scented and compact. Let's bring a bit of old-fashioned charm to your containers with Dianthus, also known affectionately as pinks. These compact perennials are a gardener's delight, perfect for small pots, window boxes, or edging larger containers. Their delicate, frilly blooms come in a lovely palette of soft pinks, crisp whites, and vibrant reds, often with a charming fringed edge that adds texture and whimsy. But what really sets Dianthus apart is its wonderful fragrance, a sweet, spicy scent that fills the air on warm days. Imagine having that gentle perfume around your patio or porch without having to spray anything artificial. Dianthus thrives best in full sun and well-drained soil, so make sure your pots aren't sitting in soggy spots. It's drought-tolerant once established, which makes it a forgiving choice if you sometimes forget to water. To keep your Dianthus blooming from spring all the way through fall, just a bit of deadheading, removing spent flowers, encourages fresh buds and prolongs the flowering season. And in mild climates, many varieties hold their leaves all winter long, providing subtle greenery even when flowers have faded. If you want a container plant that's both beautiful and fragrant, with low fuss and high reward, Dianthus is a must-try. 2. Lavender, fragrance and pollinators. Ah, lavender. Just the name makes you relax a little, doesn't it? Lavender is one of those plants that checks all the boxes. It's beautiful, it smells heavenly, it attracts pollinators, and once it's settled in, it practically takes care of itself. This sun-loving perennial thrives in full light and craves dry, well-drained soil. That means no soggy roots, no heavy watering schedule. In fact, the less you fuss with it, the better it does. Perfect for those of us who sometimes forget to water, or just don't feel like it. Plant it in a clay or terracotta pot to help wick away excess moisture and give it plenty of space. Lavender likes good air circulation, and it rewards you with those iconic purple flower spikes and silvery foliage that look just as good as they smell. And let's talk about the pollinators. Bees, butterflies, even the occasional hummingbird can't resist it. It's a living pollinator buffet that brings your garden to life, even if that garden is just a couple of pots on a balcony. Plus, you can snip a few stems to dry and bring indoors. A little bundle of lavender in a drawer or beside the bed is a lovely touch, and a reminder that nature's beauty doesn't stop at the back door. Fragrant, forgiving, and always graceful, lavender is a true staple in any low-maintenance container garden. 3. Heuchera, color without the fuss. Let's kick things off with one of my all-time favorites, Heuchera, or as some folks call it, coral bells. If you're looking for instant impact without all the digging, deadheading, and fussing, this little gem is for you. Now, what makes Heuchera so special isn't just the flowers, though they do send up sweet little blooms in late spring. It's the leaves that steal the show. I'm talking rich burgundy, vibrant chartreuse, frosty silver, even peachy tones. It's like having a painter's palette in your pot. These plants thrive in part shade to full shade, which makes them perfect for spots that don't get a ton of sun, under a covered porch, near a north-facing wall, or tucked beside taller plants in a mixed container. Care-wise, they're easy. Give them well-drained soil, water them regularly, but don't overdo it. They don't like to sit in wet feet. I always say, moist, not muddy. Another great thing? In many climates, they're evergreen. That means even when everything else is taking a winter nap, your Heuchera will still be holding court, adding structure and color to your containers all year long. You can plant them solo for a bold splash of color or tuck them around the base of taller shade lovers like Hostas or Ferns. Either way, Heuchera earns its keep with style and grace. 4. Coreopsis and Gaillardia, sun-loving stars. Now, if you want containers that shine with sunny, cheerful color, Coreopsis and Gaillardia are your go-to perennials. Coreopsis, often called tickseed, lights up your pots with airy sprays of bright yellow blooms. It's incredibly easygoing, thriving in full sun, and tolerating poor soil and drought like a champ. Gaillardia, or blanket flower, brings a fiery splash of reds, oranges, and golds, like a mini sunset captured in your container. It loves the sun just as much, and its daisy-like flowers bloom all summer long with very little fuss. Both plants are low maintenance and bloom non-stop if you deadhead regularly. But even if you don't, they're tough enough to keep showing off. Perfect for sunny patios, porch steps, or anywhere you want to brighten your day without extra work. 5. Hosta, shade-loving beauty. Now, if your garden space leans more toward the shady side, you're going to love Hosta. Hostas are the queens of foliage. Broad, bold leaves in shades of green, blue, gold, and even variegated white. Just one plant can fill out a container and bring a lush, calming presence to any corner of your patio or porch. They thrive in full to partial shade, making them perfect for those spots where other plants tend to sulk. A large pot gives the roots plenty of space to spread, and the weight helps keep taller varieties from toppling over in the wind. Hostas don't ask for much, just consistently moist soil and a bit of compost when you plant. I like to tuck mine into a container with some trailing ivy or Heuchera around the edge for a layered, textured look. And when those delicate flower spikes come up in midsummer, pure elegance. Now, I'll be honest, slugs love hostas, but in containers, that's a lot easier to manage. Just keep the pot off the ground or use a copper ring around the base if you've got a slug problem. And here's a bonus. Many hostas go dormant in winter, but don't worry. Come spring, they'll pop right back up, fresh as ever, ready to steal the show all over again. Simple, reliable, and elegant. That's a true lazy gardener's dream. 6. Hardy geranium, cranesbill, all-season performer. Next, let's turn to the hardy geranium or cranesbill, a perennial that's often overlooked but truly deserves a place in your container garden. Don't confuse it with the more tender annual geraniums you might see in garden centers. Hardy geraniums are tough, long-lived perennials that form neat mounding clumps filled with delicate five-petaled flowers in shades of pink, purple, blue, or white. These blooms start in spring and can continue into late summer, adding continuous bursts of color. What makes cranesbill so versatile is its adaptability. It can flourish in full sun to part shade and tolerates a wide range of soils, though it prefers something well-drained and moderately fertile. Maintenance is minimal. Simply give it a trim or a light prune in midsummer to encourage a fresh flush of blooms and keep the plant looking tidy. This makes it perfect for gardeners who want steady beauty without constant attention. Hardy geraniums also play well with others. Pair them with taller perennials like Salvia or Coneflower for height, or trail them over the edges of pots alongside ivy or creeping jenny for a lush, layered look. Their foliage remains attractive even when not in bloom, giving your containers year-round interest. 7. Sedum and catmint, almost unkillable. Now, for the ultimate lazy gardener's duo, sedum and catmint. These two are nearly unkillable and perfect for containers that get a little love but not a lot of fuss. Sedum, often called stone crop, is a succulent that stores water right in its leaves, making it incredibly drought tolerant. It thrives in full sun and well-drained soil, and its fleshy foliage pairs beautifully with star-shaped flowers that bloom late summer into fall. You can almost forget about watering it. Catmint, on the other hand, offers soft, silvery green foliage and spikes of lavender blue flowers that pollinators adore. It's hardy, deer-resistant, and keeps blooming from spring well into fall with minimal care. Together, they create a container that's not only resilient, but also full of texture, color, and life all season long. If you want a no-fuss, all-season container, sedum and catmint are your best friends. 8. Salvia. Bees. Love it, so will you. Next up is salvia, a vibrant, buzzing favorite for any lazy gardener who loves a bit of color and a whole lot of pollinators. Salvias thrive in full sun and are wonderfully heat tolerant, making them perfect for those sunny patios or balcony spots that get plenty of light throughout the day. They're covered in spikes of bright blue, purple, or red flowers that seem to go on forever when you give them the right care. Watering is simple. Keep the soil moist, but well drained. If you want to keep those blooms coming all season, just give them a quick trim after the first flush of flowers fades. And here's the best part. Bees, butterflies, and even hummingbirds love salvia just as much as you will. That makes your containers a little wildlife sanctuary, bringing life and movement to your space. On top of that, salvia is deer-resistant and can handle some drought once established. So it's a plant that's not just beautiful, but tough enough to fit a relaxed gardener's lifestyle. With its bold color, easy care, and pollinator power, salvia really is a winning choice for any container garden. 9. Ferns. Elegant and effortless for shade. Finally, for those shady nooks where flowers sometimes struggle, ferns are the ultimate solution. There's something truly elegant and timeless about the soft, arching fronds of ferns that adds a serene woodland feel to any container. Favorites like Japanese painted fern, autumn fern, and maidenhair. Fern offer varied textures and subtle colors, from silvery gray to deep green, that complement other shade lovers like hostas and heucheras beautifully. Ferns prefer consistent moisture and rich, well-drained soil. So keep your pots evenly watered without letting them sit soggy. They thrive under the canopy of taller plants or in shaded corners of your garden, providing lush greenery when flowers might not bloom. Besides their beauty, ferns are incredibly low maintenance once settled, requiring little more than occasional watering and the removal of any brown or damaged fronds. Their delicate but durable fronds bring softness and movement to your containers, making your garden feel like a peaceful retreat. For a classic shade container garden that looks sophisticated without demanding much effort, ferns are a gardener's best friend. 10. Coneflower. Tough and colorful. Now let's talk about coneflower, or echinacea, a native wildflower that's as tough as it is beautiful. This perennial thrives in full sun and tolerates heat and drought better than most. That makes it perfect for containers, especially if you want something low maintenance, but still eye-catching. Coneflowers have bold, daisy-like petals that come in pinks, purples, oranges, and whites, adding a splash of vibrant color that lasts all summer long. Their deep roots help them handle dry spells better than many other container plants. You can deadhead the spent flowers to encourage more blooms, or leave the seed heads in place for a natural, rustic look, and a food source for birds during the colder months. If you want a plant that combines beauty, resilience, and wildlife-friendly benefits, coneflower is a perfect pick for your lazy gardener's container garden. And there you have it, a beautiful lineup of easy care perennials that'll bring life, color, and texture to your containers all season long, whether they bask in the sun or rest in the shade. From the sweetly scented Dianthus to the resilient, hardy geranium and the elegant ferns, perfect for those tricky, shady spots, these plants are made for gardeners who want stunning results without the stress. Now it's your turn to bring these plants home and create container gardens that are as effortless as they are enchanting. Mix and match your favorites. Experiment with color and texture, and watch your pots transform into little gardens of joy. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to Senior Green Thumbs for more practical gardening wisdom tailored especially for seasoned hands. Have questions or want to share your own container gardening tips? Drop a comment below. We love hearing from you. Thanks for watching, and here's to many happy, easy growing seasons ahead.